I'm Abby Radke.
And I'm Isabel Cayozzo.
We're with Cuisine Unlimited Catering and Special Events.
Welcome to our podcast, Behind the Taste.
Well, we'll be talking about community, sustainability, events, and creativity.
And so much more. We look forward to you joining us.
Tune in soon. All right. Welcome to Behind the Taste, the podcast where we share stories, creativity, and the care that go into every event that we create.
We're your hosts. I'm Isabel Cayozzo.
I'm Abby.
From Cuisine Unlimited, where we cater to your needs. Whether you're planning an event, dreaming up a menu, or just love great food, this podcast is for you.
In today's episode, we're giving you an inside look at who we are and how Cuisine Unlimited began and what drives our passion for food, service, and sustainability.
So grab a snack and or a glass, get comfortable as we take you behind the taste.
All right, well, let's start with introductions. I'm Abby Radke. I'm the director of catering here at Cuisine Unlimited. I've been here for about a decade, and I think this is important to note that I've been here while we exchanged ownership. So I've been through a lot.
Absolutely. And again, I'm Isabel. I am a senior account executive here at Cuisine Unlimited, and I started here about 12 years ago, which is completely insane. Definitely took a little hiatus. I was not here during some of the hardships that you were, as far as ownership changes,
COVID.
Pandemics, you name it.
Right.
But I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back. It's funny, we're always in motion, making events happen, but rarely do we sit down and actually talk about how far we've come.
Yeah, it's actually ironic how little we talk about it and all the things and all the years we've been together, working together, near and far. But today, let's just take the chance to pause and look back, feel the story, share a little bit about it, and what makes us and cuisine truly unique, why we do what we do.
Okay, I love that. Well, it started as most catering companies start, as love for food, right? So it started in a way that people were just requesting food from one certain person, and she decided, hey, I've got a big bright idea. Let's just start a catering company in Salt Lake City, and it really took off from there. That was about almost 45 years ago. So it's really kind of going strong. And our slogan, we cater to your needs, that's where that came from, because it was a need.
Yeah, it really was a need that she fulfilled exponentially and then grew so much more than I think was ever anticipated.
Yeah.
But I remember just like my first few events coming on as serving staff and learning about the history of this woman-owned business, all that she broke through, those glass ceilings and everything in between through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And it was just so inspiring. I was like, wait, I can plan events as a job? Yeah. Like, what cooler job in the world for a girl?
I can't think of any.
18, bright and starry-eyed, like, yes, please. And look at me, 12 years later. It's actually insane.
When I moved here, I got hired on as a lead bartender, and I got the big stars in my eyes too. Obviously, reinventing myself. I already had a career, but I just could not resist it. So those were the days, and they really taught us those importance of the detail. That really hospitality means like catering every step, no matter what, you get it done, right?
Yep. No, and over time, our names and reputations grew along with the company.
Personally and company-wise. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It was such a stepping stone, but we also, I think, have lasted so long here and worked so well together is because we stayed true to our initial values, that philosophy. Every event starts with listening.
Yeah.
Every event is about hearing the client and executing that vision from top to bottom, what they want, what they need, and what they love.
Well, I think that's really the heart of Cuisine Unlimited, right? It's in the title. So we want to make sure that every client's seen, felt, heard, celebrated. That's why they're calling us in the first place.
We're trying to celebrate.
We're trying to celebrate. That's probably why we like it so much. We get to celebrate just right alongside them.
We're the party people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and with that being said, like day to day, obviously we do a lot of
Which day?
Not party, a
Yeah.
lot of office work, lots of logistics.
Right.
But like what that actually looks like, most people don't know. People hear catering and they think kitchen, they think cooking. We are
Right.
so much more than that.
Well, my day is a mix of plannings, tastings, working very closely with the kitchen on their menus, working closely with our local vendors. I got to
Mhm.
get that local sourced food. I also always have to be in the season,
Yeah.
so I've just got to make sure of everything, whether it's running to a site preview or working with the chef or making a layout or making a new menu. I'll do
Mhm.
whatever it takes at any given time because, we're constantly evolving, moving, in motion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about it too with us hiring and training some new folks, kind of
Hmm.
stepping into paths we took back in the day. It reminds me of how hectic our days are.
Yeah.
Everything is different. I'm trying to explain this one thing and I can't because, oh, guess what? We have to hop on this phone call for this other client. Oh, they need the proposal immediately, even though we were in the middle of this proposal.
Right.
Oh, and then we got to go to the site preview. Wait, did you talk to the chef? No. you
Yeah.
know, it's just been funny experiencing that all over again, where I think
Yeah.
you and I are just like so numb to it almost.
Yeah, it
like,
is interesting. We are the people that make sure the promises are kept.
yeah.
That's a huge thing
And
for
that's really the
us.
goal, but it is teamwork, from service to food, design, all
Right.
coming together to really create that seamless experience and unique experience for every single client. That's
Yeah.
why we're like everywhere because it's not a copy paste process.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So many people think it's a copy paste project, which is kind of like, exactly where cater to your needs, what that means, where it came from. We adapt, we personalize, we care about every single
Yes.
event. We have to start with the listening, and people just don't understand that we're, you know, not copy and paste. Yeah, just like you said.
I mean, the few times I have copied and pasted an event because I was like, oh, it's like last year's, it made my life harder.
Yeah.
I was like, never again. We're
Oh,
starting
we
from
got to change
scratch.
this. It
Yeah.
didn't work
Oh, I
last year,
forgot this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's really
Yep.
that customization and everything is personalized. So I
Yeah.
think it's what makes our job so fun, truly.
Ah, I agree. Yeah, I love doing something different every
When
day.
was the last time you were bored?
I can't remember, which I think is a good thing. Which I think is
Absolutely.
a good thing. That's where we go back to that we cater to your needs, we adapt, we personalize, we care about every part of the process. So let's take it back a skosh. How did the event planning bit start for you?
Well, I mean, like I said, I was a server. I was, part-time summer gigging, just swinging plates and drinks and whatever. And I was
Hmm.
like, wait, I can plan parties? How do I do it? Unbeknownst to me, you had to be 21.
I
So I had
forgot
to age
that.
into it, which was amazing because I actually learned so much. As you know, you do not learn this overnight.
No.
There are too many moving pieces. It's not just catering here, it is full event production. Everything is customized. So I'm glad I took those couple years to really absorb and grow. But in that time too, I held so many different positions in the company from like managing the warehouse and logistics. Then going finally to event coordination, it all just made sense. It just clicked. And that's something I am looking forward to truly passing along. We'll be here forever, but we can't be the only two people doing
Yeah,
it.
I could not agree more. I'm so glad that we have some additional staff
But
now.
I'm just like the growth and the opportunity, and there's no corner you could be put in or a box in this industry, let
Yeah.
alone this company
Again, never
specifically.
being bored, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So that's really where it started for me. It was just being inspired by the idea of a career that I could take by the reins. I could be creative. I could have
Hmm.
fun and not be bored
That
and
you
do
own.
something different every day, have ownership of my designs, of my
Hmm.
menus, what have you. I mean, it really was a game changer for me. And, developing into the woman I am today. I mean, it's been an experience, truly a wild ride.
Yeah.
And I mean, you started off in such a different realm before you came on.
Yes and no, I guess, my first catering gig was when I was 14 years old. I worked as a line cook at a very popular hotel. I worked at Ramada Inn, and I
Very
used to carve
popular.
carve the beef for weddings,
Hmm.
But in some way, I kind of fell in love with that, and obviously, my college career took me in a different path, but I just couldn't stay away. So that's exactly what I did. I kept going with the food, or I got back into the food, and I just couldn't get enough. I wanted to do the food. I wanted to do the planning. I wanted to work with the clients. I wanted
I know.
everything,
Yeah.
which is the hungry part of this obsession with our profession, right? So yeah, that's kind of how it started for me too. I just was so enticed by being able to customize my own life in that way.
Yeah. It gave
That's
us
what
so much
everybody wants.
freedom,
Yeah,
right? I
so
mean,
much freedom.
so much freedom in your work life and your personal life. Mentally, you're stimulated. And then every day, every event, every moment is just new. It's,
Yeah.
it really tickles my brain and makes me just giddy when people give me a challenge, something I don't have the answer for.
Yeah.
It's rare, but it's a good feeling, in
Well,
my
I think for
opinion.
me, with my chef background, I want every single dish to have a purpose.
Hmm.
We're putting all of these cultures together. Our clients have this vision that we're putting to taste buds for
We're
their
telling a
guests. Like,
story
we're
with
telling
food.
a story with food.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody loves food. We all have to eat. Might as well really, really enjoy it and have something to talk about next time.
Yeah. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best part of it.
Let's talk about our favorite events, most memorable event. Like what stood out to you in the hundreds, if not thousands, that you've done?
Tens of
Tens of
thousands, right?
thousands.
We're probably going on millions here. I'm so glad that you asked, because obviously I've been thinking about it a lot. One that stands out to me a lot is my first on your own kosher fusion wedding up in the mountains. We were taking a classic New York man and a beautiful Colombian woman that had converted to Judaism, and we did this amazing, completely glatt kosher wedding in Wanship,
Oh my gosh.
which you and I know is in the middle of mountains, in the middle of
Absolutely
nowhere.
nothing is out
Yeah.
there. It's
Oh, it's
gorgeous.
absolutely
But God
gorgeous.
forbid you had a problem.
God forbid we forgot anything. So we brought down the Mishagok that we flew him in from Pasadena. He was in our kitchen for a week, koshering everything, and he's so cute. Working with all of the people in the office, and just trying to make that project happen. It actually ended up that a week before the event, some of the alcohol that was requested, because we are in the beautiful state of Utah, some of it's not available. Okay.
Mm.
So if you don't know, you can't get Buchanan's 16 year. You can get 18, you can get 11, you can get 12. You
But now the
cannot.
16. That's too much.
Yeah. And that's the one that they really liked. So I may or may not have to do what I needed to do to get that. I didn't know at the time, because I had only met the couple when they flew in from New York to meet me for the tasting. And of course, of millions of calls and millions of video calls and all of the work that we did to get to the point where it was actually,
Coming
the
to
wedding.
life.
Yeah, exactly. They were quite the partiers.
Mhm.
The Colombian bride was absolutely fantastic. I had no idea the energy that her family was going to bring. They owned
Really?
a company that did their own style of liquor. The Kumbe, it tasted like
Licorice,
licorice.
yeah.
We had a ton of it because they couldn't fly back with it. It was really fun. It turned out to be one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever done, the most difficult in the ways of menu. But when you work on something that's so precise and so customized to the culture while still bringing that energy and that vision to life, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
challenge, and
Mm-hmm.
overcoming that is truly a feat.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done it many times, but that first time, I can't even imagine how satisfactory that felt.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, so many events, so many memories. But I'm going to take it back to one of our classics, still client to this day, but Choice Humanitarian,
Love
circa
that.
17.
Oh, yes. Great year.
That was the first time we were ever asked to do a family style event. Figuring out not just the logistics
Mm-hmm.
and everything behind how we're going to serve 300 people family style meal.
Yeah. I
How many
captained that event.
how many bowls and platters does that take?
I think it was like 300 at the end of the day
It
because we had to have
was
everything filled and
insane. Yeah.
easy to refill. And yeah,
The
that was a tough
logistics,
one.
I mean, that was really grinding
Hmm.
my gears every single day. I had to go to so many different locations to even get enough equipment to pull this
Right.
off. And you
And we
were my
didn't, I
captain.
was like, we didn't rent either. We
We
purchased.
purchased because
Yeah.
that's one of our cores, sets us apart from everyone else. We own our equipment. I don't have to
Yeah.
charge anyone for a chafing
Oh,
dish or a
so
bowl.
nice. Yeah,
Like, God
absolutely.
forbid a caterer without a dish. Come
Without a
on,
dish. Come
without a
on.
dish.
Yeah.
But also the design element, because their menu was extensive. They had so many sides and sauces and
Hmm.
different options
We
with
had
the Eastern Indian
triple
menu.
sauce,
Yeah.
right? We used a dish that had 3 little pods with
I think they
sauce.
had like 10 different food items on every single table.
Yeah, that was a
And then I had to
difficult
make that
one.
look good too
Yeah, well, yeah, you can't just like throw it
and
on there.
functional. Like these people actually had to be able to serve themselves.
Yeah, and their expectations in design are really up there. So I really commend you on that
Always
one.
have
It
been,
looked
for years I had watched
beautiful.
Jane, our predecessor,
Hmm.
really treat that as her baby. And it was my
She
first
was
year doing
so good at
choice.
it.
And
Yeah.
they throw me a family style. I was like, I'm just a baby.
No, they definitely threw you a challenge there.
They'll
Yeah.
never forget it. And it just also is core memory for so many reasons, but it just comes back to everything we've already touched on: the sustainability, the culture, the fusions,
Hmm.
the creativity, even your creative spin that night when we couldn't keep on top of water because we had so much food to put out.
Oh yes, we were highlighting water that year, and that the company was trying to get the funds to make
Build wells.
water, yeah,
Yeah.
to make water accessible to people that don't have water. So I just politely reminded our guests that if you are thirsty and you don't have water, we're just allowing you to take a, you know,
This is a very
take
immersive
a step in somebody
experience.
else. It's an immersive experience. So, yes, I can't even believe you remember that. It does feel like it was yesterday,
It's
but
seared into my brain.
yeah. What a good
Truly.
spin on that. And that's exactly what reminds me of why we do what we do when we get to that point, and respecting the community, the environment that we're in, and really just like at that initial point, listening to the client and what they're trying to accomplish and put into the world and being a part of that.
Yeah,
That's exactly why we do it. It's
absolutely.
always, just talking about these things. It's like, oh yeah, we are crazy, but this is why we do it.
Hmm.
This is why
It
we
takes a
love
certain
what
kind of
we
crazy
love.
to get into this
Hmm.
business.
Yeah.
I will say that. With that, I mean, what are we going to do next? We've had so many challenges, post pandemic,
Yeah.
post new ownership, post,
Which we both gone through.
so much.
Hmm.
It's a lot.
Well, I think everybody in the world is in agreement that we need to move forward, in a greener step,
Yeah.
working closely with the plant forward, the eco-friendly packaging, and all partnerships with local producers. Like,
Hmm.
this is Small Lake City and everybody knows each other. We have such a tight-knit community that for when COVID was happening, it's almost as though we needed to lean on that, but somehow we got disconnected from that, if that makes sense. And
Oh,
it was also the shift in
absolutely.
ownership.
Everyone was
So
trying so hard in COVID to connect to one or multiple similar
anybody.
things,
Yeah.
but somehow we all got more disconnected
Yes.
because we were
Yeah.
just trying so
Hmm.
hard, right?
Yeah. And I think that the whole world learned a lot from being separated for that time. And I don't want to say that we're going back to what we were before. We're reflecting on it and coming back to that notion that there is like such a great way to connect with the people that we partner with.
And genuine connections. That's
Yeah.
really what makes the
Hmm.
difference. I feel like just going back to what I was saying is like everyone was trying so hard during COVID, they forgot how to be genuine.
It's so odd, right? I've been trying to not say it without saying it, but we're going back to being genuine and cultivating those partnerships. And I cannot express enough about our green choices and our food waste, and just being really conscientious about that, because there's so many things going on in this world this is our focus. This is our job. Let's do it the best that we
Mm-hmm.
can. Let's eliminate food waste. Let's eliminate, using outside vendors that don't support our own economy here.
Right.
So that's where we're moving. That's what I want to get to.
Right. I much rather be spending money to make money, because if I put that back into my own economy with my local vendors, it's going to come right back around, baby
we're
girl.
gonna get it back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is being innovative for sure with
Mhm.
those relationships and how we can spread the love. We
Yeah.
work with so many vendors. A lot of them do the same thing,
So many. Yeah. And it's this constant circle. So
but we love them all.
Mhm.
And those are genuine relationships we'll always nurture. And the sustainability too, I think, is so important because people are so into it. And then I think once they got a chance to breathe again, it stopped mattering.
yeah.
And I will proudly say Cuisine has
Let's go
always
back.
cared about their green
We
initiative.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm personally really excited for Wasteless Solutions.
Oh, I'm super excited about
If you guys
that.
don't know about Wasteless Solutions, please look it up. It is a great nonprofit, locally
Yes.
owned and operated in a way to reduce food waste while also giving back to the community and those in need.
Yeah, so absolutely, like reach out to Alex, 2X's. She's within the company, and what she's doing is allowing these opportunities when we have these really large events and have extra food, that she's going to come into your event, she's going to package it up, and she's going to get that food to people who really need it. Instead of redistribute it. So absolutely, just
Spread the love.
wasteless solutions.
Yeah.
I just absolutely, I just think it's great. So that definitely goes back to adapting, etc. I just cannot think of a better way for us as a community, and I am talking about the catering community. We are a very small community here in Salt Lake.
Kelly, we see you.
Kelly, we see you. We see you boys over at Culinary. We band together and just really adapt for what our clients are needing, and we are coming into this generation where they're going to be needing different things, and we're going to be able to provide those things for them.
Yeah, I'm so excited. All the partnerships, and truly I think there's a bigger community within the catering world than ever right now.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Abria called me
amazing.
last week and sent me a client 'cause she was booked that day. And I know I've sent her like 5 this month for other reasons or similar. And it's all about nurturing, again, those
Definitely
relationships.
gives me hope for this generation. That
It
is
does.
not how it was before. So getting back to that genuine, I love that.
I mean, there is a lack of competition due to the sheer volume
The
of
abundance
business in this city
Yeah.
valley alone. I mean,
Mhm.
it's incredible. So I'm just excited to see it continue to grow and these partnerships and nurturing even those catering relationships. I don't care if you work for another caterer. We're going to be stronger together
What do you got
because
going
you
on?
know
What are
something
we
I don't
doing?
know,
Yeah.
and I know something you probably don't know too.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about the client. Let's take care of them.
Right?
They're
We all have the
calling
same goal.
us. Yeah, we all have the same goal.
Right?
Let's all be the best together.
Happy clients, good
Right.
events,
Yeah.
and even better food.
Yeah. Yes. Good food. Good food, good laughs, good times.
So thank you for joining us on this week's episode and delicious journey behind the scenes with Cuisine Unlimited. Stay tuned for our next episode, diving even deeper into trends, sustainability, community, and so much more.
Love it. Okay, great. To learn more, please visit us at cuisineunlimited.com. You can also visit us on our Instagram at Cuisine Unlimited. We have a TikTok. You'll recognize the both of us. Again, Cuisine Unlimited. We look forward to seeing your views, your likes, your thanks.
And remember, we cater to your needs.
See you next time on
Behind the Taste.